Hey guys, so on the podcast, we've got Will Prestwidge. Will is currently playing for the Queensland Bulls and the Brisbane Heat. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast with Will. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, mate. Pleasure to be here.
Anytime. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Mate, honestly, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a builder. I was always helping Dad in the backyard. But no, mate, when I hit about 11 years old, I quickly realised what I wanted to be. Cricket was always there, obviously, but I always just thought it was just escape from the real world, something that was fun to do. But once I started taking it a bit more seriously, it's all my mind was focused on.
Yeah, nice. How would your oldest friend describe you?
My oldest friend, Boxed. That's how you describe me. We got a lot of good times together. Got a few of my really close mates, actually. We've probably got three there. They'll all probably say the same thing. And I'll probably say the same thing about them. But definitely Boxed. But nah.
Yeah, nice. What are you most proud of in your life or career so far?
What am I most proud of? Oh, Jesus, it's been a short-lived career so far, mate. I've only played a handful of games, but definitely most proud of being able to share it with my family. Obviously, it was awesome to get my mum and my brother there to watch my Queensland debut, which still hasn't really sunk in, which was down at in Victoria. But no, it's definitely the most proud thing of my career so far.
Yeah, nice. How do you handle hard times, like getting injured or not getting picked in a team you want to get picked in?
Yeah. Look, it's as anybody that you've probably talked to has probably said, it's part of the journey.
Yep.
For me, it's all about just taking it step by step. So obviously, I've got a great basis of support around me with my family and my brother, my dad, my sister, my mum. Really close with a few of my mates, which I can always go talk to. But it's all about taking it step by step. Not the first person that's been injured or not been picked in the team, but like if I'm injured, then I'm focusing on rehab every day. I'm trying to narrow that, and then all of a sudden it takes all your mind off it. That you actually, like, you're injured, you got things to do, you got places to be, you're busy with your rehab, busy with other stuff in the physios and the doctors, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're back on the paddock. So definitely taking it step by step and using the support around me.
Yeah, definitely. What was it like playing and making your BBL debut when in front of that massive crowd? Yeah.
Mate, it's even that, like, still hasn't sunk in properly. Like, you're watching these blokes playing TV, like bowling my first ball against Sean Marsh and Aaron Finch. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty daunting as well. I honestly don't remember much from my debut against the Heat. I didn't really eat much the whole day. I was freaking out the whole day for about 12 hours straight before the game. I was forgetting stuff at the ground. Like, I was a nervous wreck. But it's pretty funny. As soon as you bowl that first ball and the nerves are all out of the way and you start to get going, you just quickly realize it's another game of cricket. No, you get into your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But mate, it's a phenomenal feeling. It's ridiculous. It reminds you how much you love playing cricket.
Yeah, definitely. Was that against the Renegades?
Yeah, that was against the Renegades down there.
Was your brother playing in that game?
Nah, I wish, mate. He had COVID. But he won
so the opposite when the Heat had COVID. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So, mate, but there'll be plenty more, hopefully. Prestwidge.
Yeah. I was watching some highlights today of when you bombed a few balls at the Gabba against the Hurricanes. You got 21 off 7 or something. What did that feel like?
Oh, mate. Especially the Gabba in front of your home crowd, like when you hit a 6 and the crowd goes crazy. And not a lot was happening at the game. Like, we had a little bit of a collapse, so it was good to get through the middle. But as soon as you hit a 6, the flamethrowers go off, the crowd goes crazy. You're out there and you're like, holy moly, like, this is ridiculous. It was pretty surreal, especially. But I was literally just standing there and I was like, hopefully this goes in my slot. If it's in my slot, I'm going to swing and hopefully it goes over the boundary. But good bat there with Lockie. I'm actually ever batted with Theft. Will cameo that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. Then Ben McDermott ran you out, and then you got the revenge back getting Ben out.
I think the damage is already done with the ball
Yeah.
when I got him out. Yeah, he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, not too bad.
Benny is, and he's a cracker bloke as well, which makes me hate him even more.
Fair enough. What was it like playing in that for the Bulls? You've played very limited games, but what's that been like? And you've made your first class debut. What's all that been like?
Yeah, mate, got my crack for the last game with the one days with the Bulls, and to be honest, was not expecting it at all. I was 12th man for a few of the games before Christmas, which I was, even to be 12th man, I was very surprised to be it. And then all of a sudden we were sitting in the change room the day before the game, and Chuck Wade, the coach, comes in and says, we do our little team chat, and before he says, yeah, Presto will be making his debut, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, like, wow. But it's very, very surreal, mate. Like I said before, like even as a kid, when you first start playing cricket, like you dream of playing for Queensland, like you dream of being a Bull, and all of a sudden it's there in the moment. You got to try and take your chance as it comes. But mate, it was very surreal and it was unbelievable. Hopefully there'll be plenty more to come in the future, but till then, keep trying hard.
Yeah, nice. Have you always been a fast bowler who can hit a long ball?
Mate, try to hit a long ball and try to bowl fast. But yeah, it's how we were raised. Run, try and bowl as fast as you can. If the ball's in your slot, hit it as hard as you can. Don't try and complicate much.
Fair enough.
No, always been one, mate.
Yeah, nice. What was your path to professional cricket, going from a junior to where you are currently playing for the Bulls and the Heat?
So I started at Wilson North Junior Cricket Club, and then just kept playing through there. Got my first, was like the under 12s Queensland side, and then when I was 14, got picked in the Queensland 17 side, which is when I really started taking cricket seriously, because I'm like, wow, like hopefully this could lead somewhere someday if I keep put my head down and I keep training hard. But mate, it's a pretty awesome pathway program here up in Queensland. It's a lot of good coaches around, a lot of good sports stuff. So I've always been in the pathway system here, playing, and then also playing in the backyard with Jack and Georgia and Dad always helps along the way.
Yep.
But no, it's been pretty good. Very, very lucky for me, mate, to be in the system for as long as I have been.
Yeah, definitely. You're obviously a very cricketing-based family with Jack at the Renegades, you at the Heat, Georgia at the Heat as well in the WBBL, and obviously your dad played. What's it like growing up with a big cricketing family, and how's that helped you?
Mate, it's unbelievable. Like I said before, when we were talking about when you're having bad days or you're injured or something that's not going right, to be able to come home and be able to talk to someone who's been there, done that plenty of times, like it's ridiculous. Growing up, we used to call it the PCG, the Prestwidge Cricket Ground, in the backyard. Me, Jack, and Georgia used to play all day, every day, mate. It was never ending. I used to try and bowl as fast as I could at Jack. Unfortunately, Jack probably had to tone it down a bit when he was bowling to me when I was a bit younger. But mate, the unbelievable progress, and it's like I said before, it was awesome to be able to share the moment with him when I made my debut for Queensland as well.
Yeah, definitely. What are your goals the next couple of years in cricket?
Mate, for me, it's all about staying on the paddock, staying on the park, keep learning off the older guys. Like I've learnt more off Mark Steckety, Michael Nessa, who are Billy Stan, like Xavier Partlet, all the bowlers. Like they've all pitched in and helped me in some way, shape, or form. Yep. So keep learning off those blokes. Try and understand my body a little bit more. In terms of what I need, how to stay fit, how to stay in the paddock, what I need after a game, what I need at trainings. So just keep being a sponge and soaking up as much as I can. Hopefully play a few Queensland games along the way, but that's pretty much about it for me. Yeah,
nice. Who's the worst teammate to room with through your career and why?
Oh, man, I haven't roomed with many. I wouldn't. It's a good question. On 12, only room with Sam Hazlitt, but I've Maxi Bryant lives down the road with me, and I stay at his a fair bit. So I'm probably going to have to say Maxi Bryant.
Yeah.
He's very dirty, very, very messy.
Yeah. What's the best word to describe you right now?
It's committed.
Yep.
Committed to the progress, mate. I'm committed to whatever I need to do to stay on the park, whatever I need to do to get better, mate. It's you realize every time you go up a level, you got to do that extra little bit more. So I'm committed to doing whatever I need to do to try and make it to the next level, mate.
Yeah, nice. What advice would you give a 14-year-old today?
14-year-old. Oh, that's a great question. Keep learning the basics, really. It's the most commonly said thing, but it's the most important. I had my meeting the other day and just do that. Want to try all these different and blah blah blah. I kept going on, and they just said at the end, just made keep it simple. Learn the basics. You're only young, and if I'm getting told that as a now 20-year-old, in the Queensland system now, like I think for a 14-year-old, it's even more important as well. So definitely keep learning the basics. And what 14-year-old you'd start coming into the grade system as well. So they'll be playing like the lower grades, and they'll be playing with a lot of older blokes as well. And for me, like learn basics and learn off the older blokes, especially those experienced first graders and second graders that you'll find in those lower grade teams teaching all the younger blokes. So definitely keep it simple, learn the basics, and learn off the older blokes.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for coming on the podcast today.
No, anytime, mate. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast with Will. If you wouldn't mind liking or following, that'd be amazing. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.